friends, and welcome to episode 202 of The Rewind, a podcast dedicated to keeping its listeners on the cutting edge of the MMORPG Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Per the norm, Draq and I always like to take the first moment to say thank you to all of you. There, I said it. Kidding. We really do appreciate all of you so very much for continuing to make us a part of your week. Next, everyone's favorite part of the show, Patreon! Did you know we had one? Turns out we do! If you find yourself in a place financially and you'd like to help the cause, please take a look at the link below. You also have the option on YouTube if you're lazy like me and like giving them a cut. If not, a simple like and subscribe can go a long way. It really does help the channel. Lastly, we delayed recording a few days so we could get these patch notes in. Don't expect this outside of the summer and my hours return to normal. I won't be able to edit Draq's ramblings in time for a Saturday live show if I did. Speaking of, you should join us at noon Eastern over on YouTube for the premiere of the show. I'm usually there chatting it up with the people while Draq is distracted with Dune or College Madden Sports Ball and sometimes chimes in with something not funny, just like this podcast. Now, on with the show!
The adventurers gathered around the campfire one night, discussing their stats and how each one contributed towards their success. Anton Duvidatus, the Darkmere Shaman Glyph Keeper, spoke first. I rely on wisdom and intelligence to navigate the world. Strength doesn't matter to me much. Sure do the gnome summoner grin. I focus on intelligence and charisma. Helping others and outsmarting opponents is key. And of course, a little charm never hurt. Calarok the dwarf paladin adjusted his armor. Constitution is my foundation. I take hits without backing down. Stamina is what gets me through the toughest battles. Eliv the halfling rogue leaned back. I've got agility and speed on my side. Being fast and stealthy is what keeps me alive. Ziplox the Darkmere rogue nodded. Agility and precision are my focus. The faster I move, the deadlier my strikes. Annoying Llama the human monk clenched his fist. Strength and stamina are everything to me. The more I push, the harder I hit. Screech the Scar Bard strummed his lute. Charisma is my gift. I inspire my allies and confuse my foes. Archbishops the Dwarf Paladin stroked his beard. Wisdom and constitution are my pillars. I protect with strength and endure with will. Dwimble the Gnome Rogue grinned slyly. Agility and strength. No one sees me coming. Each adventurer understood how their unique traits made them stronger together.
This week in Visionary Realms News and Notes.
All right, Dymlos. On the scale of Redbeard Flynn all the way down to GuloGulo, last week it was a lot closer to Gulo than it was Redbeard Flynn.
That's for sure. You know, we totally 7 months ago said there was going to be a Pantheon positive 2025, and we have just failed miserably.
Listen, today is our redemption stream because we got a lot of positive topics this week. It's a good week to be a Pantheon fan, and I'm excited to do this rewind. We're back up, baby. The roller coaster is cresting the edge again.
Woo, 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 woo! Can't shit on Pantheon when we're too busy shitting on EverQuest.
Yes! That's fantastic. Well, to start off with, we got some patch notes and a big patch.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Can I hear it for the patch notes? Patch notes. Patch notes.
Are you excited for these patch notes?
Honestly, not so much. I mean, we'll get into it why I'm not so much because they gimped me a little bit, but they kind of gimped everybody. So I guess overall, I'll just be like the gimps. I'm with the gimps.
You'll be gimpy?
Yeah. That's fine.
All right. Well, I think what you're probably talking about is we changed the entire mechanic of shields.
Okay. Here's why I'm so upset with this. I'm going to be positive, but I'm still upset. You did the warrior Passover. The majority of it was to give shield warriors an opportunity to keep up with the DPS that a two-handed sword could do or dual wielding could do. And then you take away all the bonus of the shield? What are you thinking? Well, I've been enjoying being a shield warrior since the warrior Passover. Now I'm just like, okay, well, all the AC is in my armor now. And so why would I not just dual wield? Yeah.
Shield warriors too strong. Time to nerf.
I guess. They made some really weird updates this patch, and I'm excited to get in there and test and see what they kind of finagled around with. I'm going to try to stay positive because none of us want stat bloat. That's ultimately where it comes down to, is that none of us liked all these stats on the armor, and that it was a little too much. We went from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds rather than a nice steady 6-second pace or something along the lines of that. I don't know, man. I mean, you got nerfed too, so let's.
I don't know that I got nerfed. So I have logged in for a grand total of 45 minutes on this new patch.
Nice.
Now, reading the patch, it kind of seems like there's going to be less internal mana regen within the game. That's kind of what it seems like. But right. I don't know. I didn't really feel it. It's hard for me to tell, though, because, I don't run a parse. I'm not one of those fancy parse people.
You don't run a parse?
I did some testing, which we'll get into in a bit. I know you're super shocked about that. But yeah, and then I sat, my usual thing, and I kind of meted back to full, and it didn't seem like it was tons slower. Like I didn't feel it. So I don't know.
You got less mana to regen.
I guess maybe I do. It's going to be hard to tell. It's still early, but they definitely are tuning the mana regen. But I haven't felt it in the 45 minutes that I played. So we'll have to wait and put a pin in this one. We'll see how this goes. I'm pretty
sure we'll see. We'll have some good testing when we get into a group and see what the downtime is. Like if we've got like a serious amount of downtime, like they wanted, kind of like we wanted. We did want downtime. I find myself just chain pulling. I guess I don't chain pull like I did in EQ where, I leave before the mob's dead. Maybe like a second or two right before the mob's dead. When it's running, I'll take off and go towards the next one. But normally I would have a mob there. If it was EQ, I'd have a mob there back when the other one died. But I don't do that here in Pantheon. So
are we adding a break in at the expense of leveling faster though? Because if it's going to take us even more time to level because we have to break, that's not going to feel great.
And we had a wonderful listener make a comment in last week's episode that we should try Hangor, and forgive me.
Who has suggested that?
Whoa! Listen, am I about to apologize to this guy and to our group?
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I do every fucking time.
I'll mute my microphone. Go ahead.
Thank you. We have tried Hangor several times, but my GIMP computer can handle anything else other than Hangor. I don't understand why I can't run Hangor like the rest of the game runs. It just, maybe it's the little freezy things around the side of the monitor. It can't handle that shit, but like it's not good. And if I'm the one that is tanking and pulling, I'm just going to die up there a ton of times, and it's just not worth my time because I need to be in the top of levels, right? Your tank needs to be number one. I mean, maybe number two at the very least. So me being at the back of the group because I'm dying all the time is just not feasible in Hangor. So I'm sorry to our static group. I am sorry to our listeners. We have not gone to Hangor. I mean, we have. We've certainly been there. We've tried it. We've camped there. It just is miserable for me, and I am very sorry for it. So please forgive us for not being the Hangor champions that we probably should be. I just need a new computer. So again, Patreon, hey!
I mean, you got a job now. What the problem is? Let's get on it.
I know. I just don't make enough. I need a raise. I need a raise so bad.
Well, I do blame you. I blame you for all the boring camping that we've had to do. So I guess, next.
But ash breathers seem to run okay. At least, we'll talk about that a little bit more. But literally everything else in Pantheon runs just fine. I don't understand why Hangor is such a hang up for me.
You know, I do take a frame rate hit on my video card in Hangor. Absolutely.
It's tough. Maybe it just needs to be optimized better.
I told you to buy a desktop.
I know, but I like laptops. I'm going to be able to bring it out to Seattle.
You're such a noob.
Okay,
All right. Well. Dire Lords, Monks, and Rangers. A lot of patch notes for Dire Lords, Monks, and Rangers, as I don't play any of those classes and have never never played any of those classes. I played a Ranger to like 3.
Wow.
It's hard for me to comment on any of these classes, really.
Well, we haven't seen the Dire Lord for a long time. They've, not necessarily needed a whole lot. They were the most complete tank. Still not complete, but they were the most complete. That's why they got the last Passover. They should be good. They were good before, so I'm not too worried about them. The Monk looks like it just got a complete overhaul, which is awesome. I cannot wait to play that. I played that. Monk was the first class I tried out, if you remember, in PA whenever I joined.
No, I had no idea that you first played a Monk.
Yeah, I remember I was the polar always, and Marks was the tank.
Oh, it's so far back.
It was a long time ago.
Jeez, that's been 4.5, 5 years.
Yeah. So, Yep, and that's my alt for whenever Black Crow's Keep comes. So Dymlos back on the Monk, but low-level Monk. So I'm excited to see what that entails, stuff they got added on. So I'm very excited for that. Rangers, we should have had Mr. C on. Not that he would know anyway, because it's been less than 24 hours since the patch came out. Maybe we should have him on after he has a run in. But then
I'm breaking news here, but I'm going to be out next week. Got a little trip planned. Right. So maybe the week after that, we could have Mr. C on, talk Rangers a bit.
I think that sounds like a good idea. Give a little Ranger love, special Ranger episode.
I don't think we've ever actually had Mr. C on as a guest on the Rewind, have we?
Solo. Remember, we had both him and Gulu on it after we.
Oh, that's right.
After like a test weekend or something.
But we haven't had Mr. C by himself. Like we had Gulo by himself.
I love how we're just talking about this like he's already said yes.
Yeah, he's guaranteed.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Thanks, Mr. C. You're the best.
He's like Mikey. He doesn't say no to anything. He's fantastic. That's why we love him.
Should we wait till this episode when he's listening? And that will be us asking him?
I would say you're going to cut all this out, but we both know that's not happening.
Definitely not. This is staying in. Mr. C, just say yes in the chat.
We love you.
Don't say no because we need you. It's in 2 weeks.
If you're in chat right now, you should give a thumbs up if you want to hear Mr. C talk about Rangers and the next Rewind. All right.
We're giving a pause so they can put their thumbs up in.
Oh, we're pausing. All right, I'm done with the pausing.
Okay,
enough of I had to add this in. I wasn't even going to mention it. It was part of the patch notes, and I was like, whatever, I don't care. Glowy plants, and they're all over the place. And I didn't even think about it. I was like, whatever, glowy plants. VR made up some story about how it's a fungus that's spreading around or whatever. I'm sure it's just some kind of bug, but I logged into the game, and they are wow glowy. Like, it's like neon, bright signs. Holy crap, you can't ignore it. Like, it's wow.
Okay, well, it sounds like we need to do some serious harvesting while we can still see everything.
No, it's not. It's not harvesting plants. It's just random foliage in the terrain.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god,
it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's weird because they're like neon. So one will be like bright purple, and one will be like bright green, and I'm just like, well, this is whack.
Someone must have been on like acid or something crazy like that.
They did something crazy, but it's kind of funny. I do like that they kind of, gave an explanation for it. even though it's kind of a little but you know, it's kind of, you know, it's all in good fun.
I do feel like it's Sav writing these patch notes, and so she puts her little humor spin on it. Yeah,
I thought that was a nice touch. It's fine. I don't care. It's just I thought it was going to be a big nothing burger, and I was like, why are they even putting this in here? And then I logged in, and I was like,
turns out,
yeah, because you're not going to miss that.
We better put something in there about it.
Ash breathers.
Yeah.
We finally got to play. I know we're late to the party.
Oh, yeah.
I know that everybody else has already done all the things and seen all the things. But on Monday, we got our first go at Ash breathers as a group, as the After Dark crew. And I had a lot of fun.
We're like that family guild that is always an expansion behind. Like, everyone's going off to kill brand new Luckland shit, and we're just like, oh, you know what? We're going to go to Kale and see what Velius is all about and raid an expansion behind, because we're just not hardcore enough to be able to be at the cutting edge of anything.
Hey, you want to go kill some giants for some armor?
It sounds great. Let's go do it. I never got my chest piece done, so let's go back and do that.
Absolutely. Oh, it's great. And I have to say that it kind of invigorated me for Pantheon a little bit. I'm a little bit excited. I'm thinking to myself, you know, I should log in. I got up the gumption to do some testing, and like, I'm excited again. It was interesting. The mobs were kind of fun. They had a few mechanics.
Mechanics are great.
Yeah, and it's just a different area with new stuff. Nothing like kills discontentment for me like new content. You give me something new to explore and some new mobs that do new things, and yeah, you give me possibly a new acclamation. Like, I'm all in, man. I want to explore it. I want to go around. I want to kill everything. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter that we're probably a level and a half too low for this thing. It doesn't matter that we can't even barely clear the front gate. We're just kind of looking at what
pretty far deep in that gate. I think we did pretty well for our first time there.
Yeah, pretty good. I thought it went well. What about you? Did you have fun on our little Ash Breathers adventure?
Yeah. The dog has the fire cone, so the tank has to really make sure it's pulled away, and our enchanter Gulo did a great job of not summoning that stupid pet to pull Taunt away and aim the cone at the casters rather than me taking the damage. So we did a really good job there. I hit 35 while we were there, and that really made a huge difference. And like we've said many, many shows over and over again, it really isn't necessarily your gear. It's the levels that makes the difference. So hitting 35, being even con with most of those wolves there, and not having anything dark orange slap the shit out of me was a lot easier on Vendini. So we had a lot more success after I dinged 35. So as everyone gets closer to that, I think we're just going to have more and more success, kill things faster, and get through there.
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. While you were 34, like, your health was dipping way down.
I mean, when you fight something dark orange, every hit's a critical. Like, literally every hit's a critical. Maybe 1 out of 10 isn't. Getting damage and a half or whatever it is, maybe double. I don't think it's double damage. It doesn't seem that way. It's not easy on Vin, and especially because shamans are not necessarily the life-giving cleric.
Shaman aren't the optimal single target healer.
Yeah, I mean, he did fine. He always does. And
dude, he's a pro.
I died one time. Yeah, for sure. He knows how to work around that. It doesn't even bother me. So we were 34, little young for your tank. 35, you can absolutely start doing that stuff. No problem. The last thing I want to mention was also in the patch notes was that if you saw, they nerfed the Blood Mage wolves.
Oh, I did see that.
All those wolves we killed, and there was only one thing in that whole dungeon that was even difficult, that you had to watch for mechanics, that you had to interrupt, was that stupid blood drain, mass blood drain that healed it. And they fucking nerfed it. Like, okay, so now that whole dungeon is just boring and easy. I'm super disappointed in that.
Yeah, it's kind of just a spank and tank at this point then, right? There's no other real mechanics that you have to worry about other than that mass blood drain.
Yeah, I know that it's been a long time since those things have been even con to us, but
When it was even con, it was for real. Like,
oh, for
if
sure.
you let that thing slip through, you were in trouble.
Yep. Or if
'Cause
you
it
had too
was-
many of them slip through. I
Yeah.
felt like it was really in a good spot. Just kind of like we were talking about. Like you should be able to fail a mechanic once or twice, but anything after that, you're in a world of hurt. And it did that. If you got one of those blood mages, it definitely did that. But now that that's nerfed, it's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna just start pulling 3 wolves at a time because there's nothing in this dungeon that is even remotely difficult, and we can just spank and take the thing for forever. So super disappointed in that. Please, VR, keep Pantheon hard. It's supposed to be difficult. We're supposed to be overcoming things with our skills. Just don't placate to the noob. They can learn. We can teach them. That's why you have a community. It's fine.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they were going to add some more stuff to the wolves. You know, like an unmez or some kind of fleeing mechanic or something like that, right? Where they run really fast away. I want something else added to the wolves. They definitely need more than just the AoE life leech.
Yeah, it's just too easy. I bet when we eventually go there, if we go there with our alts, it's just gonna be pull and kill and pull and kill and never stop.
We're never going there again because by the time we hit Hangor again, you're going to have a new computer.
You better be buying it then. Patreon's looking at you.
Hey, Joppa, you get me so excited about classes and abilities. When you say you're someone, I'll come and friends for me. Hey, Joppa, I hoped your words were pure gold. My broken heart is my fault, so now I carry around an extra shaker of salt. Hey, Joppa.
Joppa put out a post this week. He wants to know how you feel about the stat changes. And as I alluded to before, you know, we kind of talk about it and we kind of give our feelings. And we don't, like I said before, we don't have a parse. So we just kind of tell how we feel. And, you know, it feels good, it feels bad. You know, we're just kind of regular gamers. That's kind of our lane. You know, we go off our gut. And we've been MMOing for a long time. And, you know, I feel pretty confident with that. I feel that we have a sense of kind of what a classic MMO should feel like. And if we say that it doesn't feel like stats are improving, then that's kind of how I think it is. But I thought, you know what? Since Joppa has taken the time to put it out there to get feedback about stats, I should take the time to actually test it. So I did. So I hopped in today for 45 minutes. I took off all of my gear, every single piece. I was naked wizard.
Gross.
So that puts me at about 12 intelligence. Okay?
All right.
So at about 12 intelligence, and I was fighting blue non-group mobs because I can't kill group mobs without other people. So that's what I had to test with. Blue, not teal, not green, blue, which is supposed to be the sweet spot. So I figured that was good material. So I'm hitting with my nuke, my main fire nuke, because of course, if we're going to test things, we're testing it with fire. I hit it for anywhere from 350 to 450-ish. Obviously, some flexibility in there. And then with my fire, it's not a dot. It's kind of like a persistent nuke. Like I hit it, and then it casts one, and then it does like 4 more in a row. I'm not sure what that's called.
A dot?
Okay, sure. We'll call it a dot. It's not called a dot, but like it locks up my whole thing. Like I can't press other buttons while that's happening. So it's not a pure dot. Anyway.
It's like a ray of sorts.
They had a name for it, but I forget what it's called. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
A bolt? Which bolt?
No, it's not a bolt.
Okay. Well, I tried.
Anyway, without gear, naked, it hits for 60. So it hits for 60 for each one. Okay. So then I put all my gear back on, right?
Thank God. Nobody wants to see you.
No one wants to see that. So then I'm hitting for a solid 100 more, right? On the big nuke.
Okay.
So I'm hitting for more like 550 pretty consistently all the way up to 600. And then with my dot, right, I'm hitting for 80 to up to 85. Okay. Right? But that's with an intelligence close to 60. So that is a lot of intelligence, right?
So you more than triple your intelligence stat, and it only adds 100 to your nuke.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, and maybe a little bit more because I'm gaining 20 per, but it's about 5 things. So yeah, I'm each one I'm getting about 100 more damage. So it's kind of like we said earlier.
mm-hmm.
It feels like it's a little more damage, but I can't really tell.
Yeah. I mean, unless you were doing exactly what you did, taking off all your armor and putting it all back on.
Exactly. And could I have killed it naked? Absolutely. I absolutely could have killed that wolf naked. It would have been no problem whatsoever. If the wolf would have been yellow, so if I would have been 3 levels lower, then I would have struggled.
Probably dead.
Maybe. But with all my gear on, right?
Oh,
so
yeah. With
it's
gear,
still, as we said before, gear is 100 times less important than your level. And really, it's kind of a, I don't know, second or third thing. It's not like what I feel like it should be. Not what I feel like VR wants it to be, where I put on a piece of gear that has some cool stats and I feel like I've got an upgrade. It doesn't feel like that for one piece of armor.
Like we talked about last week's episode, we desperately need something to anchor to. Because if we can't have a baseline of where we're at, how do we know if we're getting better? So hopefully we stick with this. Hopefully this is the last major change like this and they run with it. They're able to run with this and make it better. I don't know. We just need something to anchor to. Please just be consistent with one thing so we can figure our shit out.
I know some people are very frustrated with the changes. That Vendini posted a link to one guy that is just irate.
Off his rails.
Off his rails angry, which I think is a little over the top. I get it. You're frustrated that things are changing. But yeah, I mean, like, you just have to realize where we're at. And where we're at is they're still tinkering with stuff. And things are going to change like drastically. Like, this isn't 3 years into game development where things are kind of set. Like, they make drastic changes. So you just need to prepare your heart for that.
And why are you playing this game full time? It's not a complete game. Not a complete game. Not a complete game, TM. We've said this so many times over. Please pace yourself with this game. Please do play EA. Please get yourself a static and have fun. But if you're playing more than 2 or 3 times a week, you're going to burn out in a couple months. This guy is just, he's not having fun. That's what one of the posters said at the bottom. You're clearly not having fun. Please stop playing the game for a while and then come back and when you can have fun again. But until then, bro, this is not a full game. You can't, it's all going to be wiped anyway. You're not going to keep any of it. And when it comes to 1.0, and you have to start over again. So calm down, brah. Calm down. It's not with your blood pressure going off the chain, you know? Jeez.
It's time to take a little breaky break and go play some Hero's Journey.
Grab a Xanax. MMO News!
That was fantastic. That's way better than I do it.
I'm cutting all that.
Nice. Well, just to let you know, everything we said last week is out the window when it comes to Quarm.
I know.
All kinds of interesting stuff dropped. Yeah, we got this little tidbit from Zucan Sculpts. We got it live as it happened on Monday. But
thank you so much, Zucan. Appreciate you watching.
Shout out to Zucan and Monsters and Memories. We love you guys. Quarm has made a deal with Daybreak Games to allow the continuation of their server.
Making a deal with the devil.
I mean, they did make a deal with the devil. Did you see the details of what they have to do to make this happen?
Not only did I read all that shit, but I also then watched Zaid's episode of Drama Quest, and he's pissed. Now I know he's friends with. Oh yeah, I know he's friends with Secrets, and he certainly didn't want Secrets' private server to be ripped apart, but it did, and he is pissed.
Well, I didn't listen to Drama Quest. I listened to Redbeard Flynn. And,
I also watched that. Yes,
Redbeard Flynn isn't exactly, I would say, super happy about it either. Also, considering that he's pretty optimistic about everything. So if he's a little sus on this, then
it sounds like we need to have him on, and we
it's
give
not
him the
great.
therapy.
Yeah, but just in case you're living under a rock and you haven't seen any of this stuff, Quarm is back. They've reached a deal with Daybreak, but it has a lot of strings attached. Number one, they have to have a server cap, which is just crazy. They have to have a
crazy
1,200 player server cap with a queue, not including Bazaar players, because that was a big worry. They're going to make NPC Bazaar players that don't count against the player cap. So not including Bazaar, 1,200 players on at one time, which that's like the third of the size of any of the P99 servers at any given time.
Right.
So
And
on a weekend, you're going to be in trouble.
They break 1,200 all the time. Like that's bad. That's real bad.
Oof, rough. The other thing is a big thing for them is they can't have any custom content, which they have a lot of custom content.
This is such bullshit. And it's not just the items. Secrets has put
My
so much work into this.
Once again, my mana stone has been taken from me. It's been taken.
Not like you were ever going to play that again. But anyway.
But I had the mana stone, dang it. I had it.
It was yours. It was real. And now it's gone.
Now it's gone. Again.
That's fine. But the levels, like all the levels the Secrets did is gone. I'm super sad by that. That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. He had whole custom Halloween zones. I logged in for that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Different, unique. Oh, man, it's so brutal. Oh, I don't know. After taking all this in, I have to agree 100% with Redbeard Flynn, which is I think the hero's journey is screwed.
Oh,
like just absolutely screwed. Because I think that Daybreak has laid out their objections, and their objections are you're taking too many people away from our paying service, and we don't want you creating content and making us look bad.
That was one of Zaid's huge points, is that these two developers at both the Hero's Journey and then also Secrets on Quarm is putting out better quality stuff than what 40-hour-a-week paid developers get that are making it Darkpaw. And it's just like, are you kidding? No wonder you want to shut this down, because no one wants to play your dribble. You've been just shoveling drivel into our mouths and making us pay for it because that's where our accounts live.
This is why the hero's journey is the worst possible thing that could have happened, because that gave them the excuse, the reason to go in and shut it down. They didn't have the excuse. If they weren't taking money, then they wouldn't have went in and messed with it, and we could have kept getting cool stuff. But the hero's journey wanted that money, and now we're all paying for it.
Or not necessarily paying for it, because it's shut down. It's shut down.
Yeah, Vendini's guy, shout out to Slayheim, was streaming it today, so it's not shut down currently.
I think Vendini is Slayheim's guy. Like, Slayheim's the alpha, and Vendini is the baby bitch.
Well, in chat, vote for one if you think that Vendini is Slayheim's guy, or two if you think Slayheim is Vendini's guy.
I love these polls. These are great polls.
This is fantastic.
Hero Journey definitely screwed. We definitely know it's going to be the next TLP, because Daybreak's just going to steal this idea and make it their own, which is, I guess, fine.
Then will Hero's Journey sue them? Because that's what I'd do if I was them. If the next
could they? All they did was use their intellectual property to make all this stuff.
But EverQuest didn't come up with the idea of doing it.
Yeah, but they stole first. So one good steal deserves another, right? Isn't that how?
Is that a legal theory you're espousing?
I'm pretty sure. Let's ask Random Rob. I'm pretty sure if someone steals from you, you can then go ahead and steal back from them. I'm pretty sure that's
super
100%.
Solid.
Yeah.
I watched that movie with the pink lawyer lady in it, and I'm pretty sure she used that.
Legally Blonde?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That's like right up there with the Chewbacca defense.
5,
Draq, I'm so disappointed in you.
4,
Luckily, every week I dominate this list and just destroy Dymlos.
3.
I thought you would just tuck your head between,
No
your butt
way!
cheeks.
No, my list is
And
amazing.
It's not at all.
2.
Oh, already your list is the worst. Your list is the worst.
1.
All right, Dymlos. First of all, whenever you start any top 5 with worst, I know it's going to be a horrible list. So I have very low expectations for this week's top 5.
How many of those have we done? We haven't done many.
I know there's not very many, but they're all have been bad.
I just, sometimes, especially after the joyous top 5 we had last week, where everyone's top 5 was great. Mine, of course, was the best, like always. But there was just so much happiness and joy that I had to bring us something that we could absolutely just shit on for the next half hour. So
We can't be happy all the time. You've just got to kick the dog at some point in the rewind.
exactly. Yep. So here we are, the top 5 worst video game movies of all time. It had to have been a game first. So if it was a movie that got turned into a game, like how they did in all the old school Nintendo games, where it was like Goonies movie came out, then we got Goonies the game, right? Like that doesn't count. It has to be game first that got turned into a movie.
Yep, I'm with you. Tracking.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, let's hear what your number 5 is.
Number 5. I just put this on this list because it has Jack Black in it.
I knew it. I knew that was on your list. Have you even seen this movie?
I was forced to watch this movie by my family. All the kids love playing Minecraft. And
Of
so
course.
they wanted to go see the movie. So I, of course, was drug along because if you're a parent, you can't just drop your kids off at the movie and let them go inside and watch the movie because apparently that's child abuse or something. I don't even know. I probably got to pay an extra $50 to get myself in the movie. But so I went and saw it, and it was about as horrible as I thought it was going to be. It was absolutely terrible. And the acting was terrible. Jack Black was terrible. It was all terrible. 5 thumbs down for the Minecraft movie.
I'm shocked that this didn't make your number 1.
It was close. The only reason it's number 5 is because I can't put it number 1 because my kids will kill me once they listen to this rewind if I put it number 1.
Oh, that's great. So I have yet to see this movie, and that's okay. I'm not chomping at the bits to see a
But
Minecraft
you're the
movie.
greatest Jack Black fan of all time, and you haven't
I
seen
realize
this movie?
this. I realize this.
It's
Now,
kind of horrible.
They did say the reviews that I heard about this say that it's Jack Black over the top.
Yes.
If you don't like Jack Black, you're not going to have a good time with this movie.
I
And
would
it's-
say that's 100%.
yeah, it's a little ad nauseum, honestly,
It's
because
a lot ad nauseum.
Yeah, he's over the top just all the time doing his little Jack Black thing. He's not ever
He's
really
at
normal.
11, 1 of 10.
So I can understand why you would dislike this movie. Jason Momoa, not world's greatest actor of all time, but
Wait a minute. Aquaman?
yeah,
Are you talking about Aquaman
I
here?
am talking about Aquaman. Yeah, it's not great.
It's not great.
He's okay. He's okay. He's a pretty face and a muscly dude. So how you can't be a triple threat all the time. You've got 2 of the 3 threats.
Hey, you know what? If I had his two of 3 threats,
I
doing
would
pretty
be
good.
very happy. Yep, exactly. So, I mean, he makes millions of dollars acting, so
Yeah.
obviously he's good enough to do something.
I could scrape by with his
Yeah.
life. I think
Yeah.
I could handle it.
Yep, exactly right.
Well, what about your number 5? Could we handle that?
Well, I will say that as a child, I could not handle this. And still to this day, this movie is terrible, and that is Double Dragon.
Double
Okay.
Dragon.
Oh, that's Double Dribble that you were trying to make fun of there.
Oh, well, cut that out.
Oh. Oh, anyway. So Double Dragon is a great game. I've
Love Double
lo-
Dragon. It's
Yeah.
such a good game.
The whole series is wonderful. And then you throw a movie in my face and it's like, this is going to be the greatest movie of all time. There's no way that this could be a bad movie because Double Dragon is so badass. And then you put this vomit on the big screen and make me watch it as a child. I was so disappointed. The acting terrible. The writing, terrible. Everything about, even the fighting was terrible. There was nothing redeeming about this movie. It was just awful. Just absolutely awful. So the only reason it's not higher on the list is because of Double Dragon nostalgia. It gets 4 rung pass, I guess. Number 5, Double Dragon. Ugh.
You know,
All
I never saw that movie. I've never seen
Oh,
it.
don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
Don't bother. It's so bad. It has really nothing to do with anything.
It's
Just go
funny
play the
because
game.
the video game actually had a little bit of a story to it.
Yeah.
Like there was
All they had to do was take off on that,
Yeah.
and they just failed. They just failed so miserably.
Yeah. Your 2 brothers, one of the girlfriends got kidnapped by some kind of mob boss or some kind of evil, scheming boss. Like there's
The movie writes
something
itself.
to work. There's something to work with there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you could have got Jason Statham,
I mean,
whatever.
this was like in the early 90s, probably.
You could have got Schwarzenegger, Rocky, whatever, Stallone, somebody.
Anybody. They just got nobody, and
They got
it was
nobody.
real bad. Yeah. All right,
All
let's
right.
move on. I'm already tired. I'm so sad from this movie. So let's talk about your number 4.
My number 4 is Doom.
What, do you hate The Rock too?
I don't hate The Rock. I don't like him in this movie. It's awful. I grew up playing Doom. That was
Sure.
the game I played before I got to college when I was in high school.
Right.
And we would co-op Dune, and we would also just hot seat switch Dune. We completed every single level of Dune all the way to the end.
Are you saying Dune?
Oh, I am saying Dune. Doom. I'm sorry. So
Too much hot girl summer.
too much hot girl summer. No, Doom, as in the shooter, the first person
Yeah.
shooter. One of the
I
very
knew what
first
you
ones.
meant. Everyone that's watching knows what you meant, but everybody on the
Oh my
actual
gosh.
podcast listening on Spotify is like,
I'm never gonna live.
when
it
was
down.
I thought it had to be a game first, and there wasn't a Dune game before there was a movie.
Whatever? My whole take here is destroyed.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fine.
It's
The
fine.
Dune movies are great. Go see them. The Doom movie is awful. Leave it alone. What about your number 4?
Well, I didn't get to talk about Doom.
Did you see it?
I did.
And
It wasn't terrible. It didn't make my top 5 worst video game movies of all time. I like The Rock. He usually can sell me on pretty much anything, including Jumanji. And so, as we talked about before, I felt like the first person shooter scenes were like interesting. They were not great movie plot filler, but it certainly made me feel like the video game, which is what they want to do. It's not a video game masterpiece like how they did with Mario Brothers, this most recent Mario Brothers, not the old one, because the old one was not great. It was fine. It was like in the middle. It probably got like a 6 out of 10. It wasn't like a 3 out of 10 and on my top 5 list.
brutal.
All
Well,
right,
what is not on your top, or what is on your top 5 worst movies at number 4?
number 4 is Warcraft. I waited a long time to see this movie. I did not see it in the theater, watched it on the Prime, and was going in low expectations. And those expectations, though low, were met at low. So I wasn't like angry for watching it, like thinking going into it like this is going to be the greatest movie of all time because Warcraft is so great and they've got a ton of lore and it's going to be great. And they just really shit the bed on this one. So not happy, not great, but moving on.
Moving on. So just for the audience to know, Warcraft is on my list. Just not
It's coming
number
up.
4.
We'll talk
It's
about it a
coming
little
up.
more.
So
Yeah,
I'm
we'll talk
reserving
about
my
it more.
comments for my
That's my
section.
comments. That's my feeling on it. And we can go into it a little later. So hit me with your number 3.
Number 3, Mortal Kombat. Only thing that saved this movie was the theme song.
Yeah. It was not super great.
It was awful. It was horrible.
No, it wasn't awful. It was not awful.
Awful.
It had a lot of fun to it. Raiden was cool. I was okay. It was okay.
No.
Come on.
I think the costumes were fantastic.
Absolutely.
I think the music
fighting was great.
The fighting was okay. It wasn't great.
I mean, they couldn't do any of those special effects. Like,
yeah, the
Sub-Zero's frozen thing.
-5,000,9,000.
Yeah,
like
all
it
right.
was so bad. The lines and the acting were just, it was awful. And there was no story. It was like you were playing the video game.
Yeah. I still liked it, though. I thought it was still good. It still had, like, the Liu Kang and Johnny Cage and Sonya, they teamed up and kind of had a little plot with it. And then they did
I think little plot is like stretch.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was bad. It was real bad.
It was real bad.
But it wasn't, I don't know. It was kind of like where Doom belongs for me, like just in the middle. It gets like a 5.
No.
It's out of 5 out of 10.
Well,
But definitely not like a 2 out of 10. Like these
maybe it's
movies
just
do.
you've watched a bunch of more horrible video game movies than I have.
Maybe that could be the case.
Like your number 3, because I don't even know what that is.
Well, speaking of your boy Jason Statham, in the name of the king. Now, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know that this was about the game because I didn't know about the game before I watched the movie. And I watched the movie thinking it was going to be a really fun fantasy movie in the name of the king. And it was terrible. It was the slowest moving, most boring, giant piss vomit I've ever watched in my life. I was so bored this whole time that not even Jason Statham could even make this come alive for me.
Wow.
It really wasn't even about.
When you say that, that's rough.
Yeah, it was so boring. I think I may have even turned this off. Like it was just so bad that I wouldn't have walked out of a theater per se because theater money is a lot of money and I'm not just walking out of a movie, but I will definitely shut off a stream. And this is absolutely one of them. Not good. Not a good movie. Don't really know if it has anything to do with the game because I haven't really played the game. I've just seen a couple snippets from Twitch on. Yeah, the movie was terrible though. So yeah, number 3. Get out of here with Name of the King. Let's talk about your number 2.
I mean, my number 2 I think is more boring, more slow, and has no plot more than your number 3. Like, this is the most boring, most slowest, stupidest movie ever because the movie didn't even end because it thought it was going to be like a sequel, or it thought it was going to be like a set of 3 movies or something. This is, of course, Final Fantasy Spirits Within. This was the most horrible, awful movie ever. It's like they spent 2.5 hours developing a plot to get to for the next movie and never did anything anywhere. And it was just such a snooze fest. It was so bad. And I went in and I was like, Final Fantasy movie, this is going to be cool. It was not. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Okay. You are going to hate me for this.
Oh, no. No, you like this movie?
I actually like this movie. Yeah.
No.
Also, this is not a movie about a game. This has nothing to do with Final Fantasy or its genre.
It doesn't?
Like, this is his own separate entity thing.
No way.
I don't know why it should have never been called Final Fantasy. It would have done so much better as an animated movie if it was just called Spirits Within.
I totally thought it was linked to Final Fantasy the whole time.
I don't think they even recognize it.
I think it is.
Chat, it is a Final Fantasy movie.
Chat knows. Chat's calling you out right now. I'm pretty sure it's actually linked to Final Fantasy.
Unless it has some sort of link in Final Fantasy 14 that I don't know of.
It's one of the newer ones because it's like one of the futuristic ones.
Well, it's certainly not tied to a movie because this came out in like 1999. Like I was definitely still in high school when this came out.
No, it was later than that, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I mean, we can look at
I don't know. All I know, it was awful. And
I understand why you thought it was awful.
Fantasy. And it felt
I
like
think-
it didn't end well. Like it felt like it was
yeah.
trying to go for a sequel and it never got there.
It definitely was. It was looking for a sequel for sure. I know what you're thinking with that. If it was just not labeled Final Fantasy, this movie would have done so much better because it was super ahead of its time with the animation, right? Like this was the first of its
If
kind.
it wasn't labeled Final Fantasy, I wouldn't have gone to see it.
Well, so there's that. So that's why they had to put Final
That's why
Fantasy
they
on there
did that.
and
They
then
sucked
piss
me
off
in.
an entire game genre of people.
Nice.
So, but it had nothing to do with any of the games. There was
No, it
game
had
was
nothing
like
to do with
this.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I walked
Yeah.
out of that movie like, one, they didn't finish the movie, and two, it wasn't Final Fantasy.
Yeah, agreed on both those fronts. I still ended up liking the movie, but that's because I was able to detach the name Final Fantasy. If it was just, like I said, if it was just called Spirits Within or like Save the Earth, Spirits Within,
Oh
you
my
know,
goodness,
whatever.
I really wouldn't have gone to see it.
Yeah, right. That's why they named it Final Fantasy, right?
All right, can we detach your number 2? Is that possible?
We certainly can. This may be just one of the absolute worst movies of all time, and that is House of the Dead. Here's what pisses me off. One, I hate horror movies, number one. So
Wait, you and I
yep,
both hate horror
yep.
movies? I thought I was the only one.
No, I absolutely can't stand them.
Gross.
House of the Dead is one of the greatest gun games of all time. I love going to the arcade, picking up that blaster, and shooting all those zombies. And it's fun. It's like, you know, when we had our top 5 arcade games, it's like Area 51, right? Only it's zombies. So it's wonderful arcade game. And then they make this shit of a movie. And it's a horror movie. It's about zombies and it's about stupid college idiots and they're running away from zombies. It's plotless. The writing is absolutely terrible. This is rated one of the absolute worst movie games of all time and overall movies of all time. It just has like a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. Just absolute trash because they just tried to grab some money. Like this was just a straight cash grab. And yeah, so I will never forgive them for putting this name, such a great game, and ruining it with this shit movie. You should be ashamed of yourself, House of the Dead people.
I never watched the movie, but I did play the game and I enjoyed it. Like
The
it's a
game's
fun
great.
game. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they made the movie is because it's a cash grab, right? Like, let's throw this name on and make it about zombies. We can just shit a zombie movie out of our...
Well, there was that streak there where everything was a zombie movie. So I feel like our
right.
culture got a little carried away with zombies for a few years there.
Yep, exactly right. Well, speaking of getting carried away, let's talk about your number 1.
All right, it's time to jump on the old Draq soapbox.
Here we go.
All right, buckle up. Seriously, Warcraft, the Warcraft movie. All the things you said earlier were 100% true. But what you left out is the most important thing. The Warcraft story is one of the most... No, not one of the most. It is the best story in video gaming, bar none. It is the best
Fair.
story.
Yeah.
Arthas wrestling
lore's
with
there.
humanity, turns evil to save the villagers, and then ends up being the Death Knight is the greatest story ever. Playing Warcraft 3, going through that, experiencing it, it's an amazing emotional journey. And as a college student, as I was working my way through that, I was just like, there were moments I thought I might cry because it is a great story. Not a good story, a great story. And they absolutely butchered this thing. And I don't like World of Warcraft. I know they put a lot of elements of that in there, but they didn't have to. And there's a lot of great story in World of Warcraft. So they had great stories they had the greatest story ever in Warcraft 3, and they had great stories in World of Warcraft, and they produced the suckiest movie ever. And it's awful, and I will never forgive them for it because it was horrible. And there's
It
no
was real
excuse
bad.
for it because they had some of the best material to work with, and they passed on all of it and made up whatever that was because it wasn't good.
I said I watched this not in the theater earlier, and I definitely remember falling asleep to this movie. Like I put it on, I was like, okay,
so
well,
bad.
let's watch it. Let's see what it's all about. It's like 10 years later, and I start to watch it, and it's just absolutely terrible.
It's
I
garbage.
can't get behind the humans. I can't get behind the orcs. There's no one I want to root for. They're both shitty.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's
The acting's bad. The lines are bad. Everything about that movie is bad.
CGI's bad.
The CGI's bad. Like,
It's just bad.
it's awful.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how we have how many players did we have playing World of Warcraft at that time? Like 15 million players?
Yeah.
And that's the best you could do? Ugh.
Not good, Blizzard.
It was a
Just
tragedy.
Goes to show what you were doing at that time. Just using all your money on hookers and blow.
They- I think maybe you're number one. Were they on Hookers and Blow as well?
I think so. Because if you thought Mortal Kombat 1 was bad, let me tell you about Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Oh my God. So, as someone who actually kind of liked the first Mortal Kombat, and I was thinking, oh, well, they're going to put a second one out, and it's called Annihilation. This should be great. It's going to be like MK2, right? They're going to add some new characters. We're going to get to see some badass fighting again, and they shit the bed. This was so bad that I'm trying to think back to the way back machine. I'm almost positive that this movie came direct to video. It didn't even hit the theaters. It was so bad. People watched it. People hated it. And they're like, we can't even release this to a theater because it's just not going to make any money.
Yeah,
And so-
I'm remembering back, and I think they planned to release it in theaters.
Yeah.
But then as the test audiences hit the
Or
movie,
maybe it lasted a week.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope.
it was
This
real.
is nope.
It was real short, and then it
So
went like
bad.
straight to Blockbuster. For those of you old enough to remember Blockbuster,
Yep. And so for any of you poor saps like me that thought this was going to be good, it was awful. This is the worst piece of Mortal Kombat anything. Just all the games are better than this. All the new movies are better than this. Like that new Mortal Kombat kicked a ton of ass. That's how you do a video game movie, is exactly like that new Mortal Kombat. How you shit the bed are these 10 games that we've all listed, although we had one that was the same. So these 9 movies that we all put out, this is how you don't do a movie. But that Mortal Kombat movie, that is exactly how you do a video game movie. Everyone should take note of that Mortal Kombat movie and make it just like that and be good. Be good, movie people. Hollywood, you're the creatives. You should have been better at this. I don't know how you were unable to do this, but there have been a lot of great movie games out there. Anyway,
But I would just like to mention that Warcraft was the one that was on both our lists, and so I feel like I'll win.
well, you didn't win. Nobody wins this week because it's
We
also
lost. We all lost.
because we've had to watch these movies. That's what
It's
made
kind
us
of a
lose.
true story.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the Patreons had to say. Drac, make the sound.
Biddly-doo, biddly-doo, biddly-doo.
Beautiful. So you're only seeing 2 here because we had a couple people that Screech couldn't like put a list together, probably because there's so many terrible movies.
He
And
was
I think-
struggling. Like he was
Yeah.
trying. He just
Yeah.
couldn't come up with it. So it's fine.
Dwimble, on the other hand, lazy, too
I
busy
think,
playing.
is Dwimble the new annoying llama? Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
he's basically, you've got him forced playing 17 games of college Madden sports ball every week, so he can't even put it together a top 5 list. I've mentioned him so many times in the last 3 episodes of this show, and he has not said anything once. He's not listening. He's not listening to the show. So you know what? Check me out. Shoot me a message if you're actually hearing this right now, because I don't think you are. Tell me, and if you don't respond to me in a week, I'm coming after you so hard.
We would revoke your membership, but you're paying us money, so that's not happening.
No, that's true. I'm gonna put a pause on you. You're not gonna be able to talk in the Discord for a week until you come up with a good list again. Remember when you were buying bags of popcorn just to be on the top 5? Now you're not even trying. Just not even trying. I didn't have any Legos. Anyway,
Moving on.
okay, let's do Archbishops first. Number 5, Angry Birds. This actually should have been on both of our lists. This movie was an absolute vomit.
Yeah, it was
Also,
real
this
bad.
game was terrible. So a D tier game, but an F tier movie. Like just absolute vomit across this whole IP. The fact that Angry Birds, the game, took off and made money for anybody was the beginning of the end for video games, because it's what started the mobile craze. Like this and like whatever Gem Wanker 5000, don't care.
Gem Collector.
Who gives a shit what it's called? They're all the same game.
Gem TD. Oh no, wait, that's Warcraft 3 button.
Yeah, we don't put that in there. That's a good one. Anyway, but this was like ruined mobile games. The Angry Birds is the reason why every mobile game is terrible. Number 4, Double Dragon. Good choice. It was a terrible movie. Number 3, Borderlands. I actually still have yet to see this movie, so I
haven't seen it either. I've heard it's horrible though. Like this.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot of shit. So I will probably stay away from it for the rest of our lives. I should have taken that same knowledge on the Warcraft movie, but I didn't. So probably in about 10 years, I'll probably watch the Borderlands movie and then hate it, fall asleep during it. However, this number 2. This is where you fucked up, Archbishops.
Almost made my list. I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't fit the category. Detective Pikachu, the game, was a game second. This is not
it totally fits the list.
Absolutely, it does not.
No, it does.
Detective Pikachu is its own video game.
Pikachu was
that
around.
does not matter.
No,
this
it
is
does.
not
It
a
matters.
game. No, it does not.
It
this
matters.
is not a game about Pokemon.
Archbishop, don't listen to him.
No,
I've overruled
you're
him
wrong.
already.
Just shut up. You're wrong. This is not a Pokemon movie. This is a movie about a specific Pokemon named Detective Pikachu, which then had its own game after the movie released because the movie was an overwhelming success. I went to this movie on my old job's dime. We had like a little outing fun day, and we went and saw a movie. And I actually watched this with my boss, who was a college football player who actually plays a little semi-professional football, did like indoor league football, and he loved it. He knew nothing about Pokemon and literally only went and saw this movie because he wanted to see it with me so I could explain to him what was going on. But there was nothing to explain because the movie was not about Pokemon. It was about you were just in the world of Pokemon, but it was about Detective Pikachu. This is bullshit. This is such a bullshit thing that's on Archbishop's list. This does not fit the category that I said. It was a movie first, then a game. Does not count. Your list is completely null and void. Bye-bye, Archbishops.
Hard disagree.
Last but not least, Tomb Raider. How does anyone hate Angelina Jolie?
I mean, that's the only redeeming part of that whole movie. Everything else is just a snooze fest.
I mean, it had some good action scenes in it.
No, it didn't.
She's hot, so that helps.
Mean, you've gone back to the same reason twice.
Well, I mean, that's all I need. When did this come out? We were what, 20?
Yeah.
That's all we needed. We didn't need
true.
anything else in the movie.
Which is probably why it didn't make my list. It
Exactly.
did have one redeeming feature, so that means it's better than Minecraft.
Exactly. So, Archbishops, you for sure lose to the Patreons. You lose the whole thing because you named a movie that was a movie first and then a game. So, you're out. Let's move on to Ziplocs, who clearly wins of the Patreons because Archbishops has been disqualified. Number 5, Far Cry. I did not see this movie either. I don't remember it getting a bunch of bad reviews.
I haven't played this game either. Does that make me a bad person? I haven't played Far Cry.
I don't think so. No, I don't. No. Okay.
Isn't it kind of a console game, though?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that's probably why I haven't played it.
I think it was a PlayStation game, yeah. Alone in the Dark. Perfect. That absolutely belongs on this movie because it's a horror movie, which sucks. Definitely, Draq and I agree with you on this one. Blood Rain is a movie I've never seen, nor a game I've ever played. So I can't comment on either of these, but I've definitely looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes, and this is at the bottom of the barrel list. I couldn't put it on my list because I've not seen or played it. So, and I think it's even had a sequel in the movie. Some reason they keep shitting out more of these movies, so that's kind of crazy.
This really speaks to like some kind of like very rich person that has like this niche love for Blood Rain and is like, I'm just gonna fund a movie and I'm just gonna like keep making sequels of this game, even though every other gamer has no interest in it and doesn't want to go to the movie. I'm gonna personally take my wealth and fund this thing.
If there are any Blood Rain the game fans, please put in the comments how much you enjoyed the game. Let us know, because we don't know, and so we can't really judge this one. But his number 2, I certainly can. The 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie. I'll be honest with you, Draq. This movie was terrible as a kid now, but there's something about it. There's just something about this movie that I can't hate on. I should hate on it because it's so bad. Writing bad, movie bad, pretty much everything about it bad. The only redeeming factor was Mario and Luigi themselves. I don't know why I'm blanking on Mario's name. He's a super famous guy that's dead now, but John Leguizamo as Luigi was hilarious. They did so great together.
Now it makes sense. Your man crush is in this movie. That's what it is.
I have a man crush on John Leguizamo.
Yeah, you do. Come on. What? Yep, you have forever. Forever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's what it is. We found out. Okay, that's what it is. That's why you're propping up the Mario Brothers. It's
I can't hate on it. I mean, it's not on your list, so why didn't you put it on your list?
I didn't watch it.
What?
It's just another one of those I didn't watch.
The Super Mario Brothers movie you never watched?
I was smart enough to know that all these video game movies were going to be awful.
It even has the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off in it.
No, didn't even give it the time of day.
Though it was bad. It was a bad movie. I just can't hate on it. But number 1, Borderlands. Here we are again. We're here at Borderlands again. So maybe I do need to go see this movie just to see how bad it is.
Yeah, you let me know how that goes, because I'm not watching it.
Before you leave, we've one final word. Before you've forgotten all that you've heard, there is a moment evergreen. Stay here a while and listen to me.
This is definitely the best bumper by far.
This is your favorite one, huh?
Hands down. It's like someone said in the chat once, it's like a real song. This needs to be turned into a full song. So, Man and Rohan, get us the full version so we can blast it out to everybody.
If we had unlimited funds here at the Rewind, I would definitely pay Man and Rohan to make unlimited bumpers.
That would be so sweet.
Like if we could hire him full time to make bumpers for the Rewind, if we were that big, can you imagine that?
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I would do it.
Yeah, it'd be great.
All right. Well, if our normal ending is sad, this one is double sad because, again, we will not be here next week. I'm going to be on the road. I will be out of town visiting my family. So we will not be here next Saturday. We will see you in 2 weeks with a supposed Mr. C Ranger edition of the Rewind.
Yay, Ranger edition.
Thumbs up in chat if you want to see Mr. C in the Rewind. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.